Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the interruption.
You're now tuned into the Humbly Arrogant podcast. It's the host, the moderator, the antagonist himself, Rock B. Wildin'.
The bald-headed baddie, the Vega.
And it's the rebel Rhome. It feels so good to be back.
And we back. Episode, was it 58 or 59?
I don't know, but say that again.
58 or 59. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning into the episode. Shout out to everybody that tuned into our last episode with King Dre. Shout out to King Dre for showing us love and had the fucking YouTube popping. Yo, shout out to him. And but with no further ado, we would like to welcome back fan favorite of the show,
the famous
TikTok viral sensation,
the author.
Author, word, that's a fact. Author. And resident man basher, Kira J, everybody.
Thank you. You're far too kind.
Kira, last time we spoke to you, you were living here. Now you living in Texas.
Yes, I'm in H-Town Hottie now.
Shit, man. How's it been?
Amazing.
Never coming back, right?
Never coming back. I'm not even going to hold you. This is my first time back in 6 months. So I just got in less than 24 hours ago, and I'm here.
Shout out to
First stop on the New York tour.
That's
Gotta come check y'all.
You took the train?
I did not.
Niggas never taking the train again, boy.
I haven't been on the train since pre-COVID.
Niggas never taking a train. But yo, tell us about, you know what I'm saying? Why'd you move? And tell the fan. I don't know, your tribe is gonna tune in. It's questions they want to know. What made you go?
I started making a lot of money, and I needed to live somewhere where I could be in a gated, safe community. Because when you making money and you staying in the same spot, it ain't the safest thing to do.
That's a fact.
So I had to find me something safe to do. I'm out in the suburbs now in Houston.
Okay, how the baby girl love it?
She love it. We wake up and go swimming every day.
Every day.
Wake up, come on, let's go to the pool. Let's go to the farm.
So I want to clear the stereotype though, because people say when you move to Texas, mad racism and shit like that. I be telling people when I go to Houston, I'm like, I don't feel that shit. I don't see that shit
So the
at
thing
all.
about it is the way America is set up, there's states and then there's black cities in those states.
Right.
New York State is racist. New York City is for us.
Right.
Georgia State is racist. Atlanta is for us.
That's a fact.
So think of it that way. Texas is racist. Houston is for us. We fine in Houston.
Yo, it's funny because I saw this clip on TikTok and it was talking about how it was this real estate guy and he was talking about how the way it is in Houston is the way houses are affordable because white people are not moving into these areas. So they're able to keep the housing market stable by just black people moving in there and shit like that. So I'm like, yo, everybody, let's go. We out. It's the great migration, yo. Let's get the fuck out of here. But let's get to the show and all that. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie. Every time Kira's here, you know what I'm saying, this goes toxic. But we're gonna go down the regular line. And we're gonna start with
the toxic person.
You the toxic Avenger.
I guess.
This should be like Toxic Avenger 2 type shit. the movie. Anyway, we're gonna get into our first segment as we call it Beginner's Therapy. In Beginner's Therapy, we all go around and we share something that very therapeutic to us that we would talk about in therapy type shit. Who would like to go first? It's been a while. We haven't called in a minute.
I'll go first. So I feel in 2022, a lot more people are doing the relationship thing. Everybody's not so single. Everybody I'm gonna, have drinks, go to brunch, and then my nigga coming to get me at 10, right? And I'm seeing a lot more couples on my Instagram feed and my stories or whatever. And the dudes is looking sad. Men really looking sad, they being forced to be on IG with their girl, doing all this. I'm not gonna say bullshit, but alpha women been the thing, and it seems as though they making these niggas do shit. I'm like, yo, what are you doing, bro? You don't even look comfortable in the story. And so I feel bad for them out there, man. I think having King Dre on, I think they need to go sign up for his classes.
How you think?
For real.
But how is this your therapy? Your therapy is
because
you sad for them?
Because it's bothering him.
Because
he's sharing his feeling.
It's
Okay.
making me feel sad for them. It's making me feel like I need to
Secondhand
be like Dre.
embarrassment.
Like I need to save them. Like Captain Saver, bro. Like
I mean,
You said they only picking them up though. Like
You said what?
They picking them up after brunch, after they go.
no, but I'm saying from what I'm seeing on Instagram stories, like I.
it sounds good. The relationship sounds
Yeah,
good, but
the
when he
relationship
sees the
looks
pictures,
okay. I get it.
But
a
if-
picture's worth 1,000 words, and
Yeah,
these
you see
niggas
the
don't look
pictures,
happy.
Niggas
Gotcha.
looking sad. I seen this one chick. She put up her maternity photos. You know, taking a little. Homeboy look like he don't want to be there, and it's fucked up.
BBM sad face.
So I don't know if it's so much a 2020 thing as a niggas is old thing. Like we
Niggas
didn't.
is just settling.
Hello. Like
I'm not
you've been fucking and talking to the same bitch for the last 20, 50 million, 11 years. Like, yeah, she gonna fucking ultimatum you into a relationship by now because you still in the same place you were all those 57 million years ago. Not doing new shit, not doing shit else. So something's gotta change. Your relationship status. And most niggas don't like their girlfriend. So
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because
Like,
that's not being said.
these
It's
niggas,
not.
they are not friends with their girlfriend. There's shit that they cannot do in front of their girlfriend. There's shit they cannot say in front of their girlfriend. There's jokes they cannot make in front. These niggas do not like these bitches.
Why do you think that is? Why do you
Because
think-
niggas don't know how to communicate and they pussy, so they won't speak up.
Why you think, Kara?
I think that in general, people have this nature of finding what they could use from people. So most of the girls that are in the relationships with the guys that don't like them is because they were beneficial in another area. And the man thought, hey, I could get this out of her. Free rent, free pussy, free money whenever I need it. I might not necessarily like her, but I could come up in the meantime, in between time. And it works both ways. Women do that shit all the time. I don't necessarily like this dude,
He good for now.
but he good for now. And we all get caught in that area of settling with what's beneficial to us in the moment and not really thinking about what's going to be beneficial in the long run.
Or he's good for now, and I'll get that 20% somewhere else. Which, let's be honest, is something niggas do quite frequently.
Can I get an example?
Cheating on your bitch.
That's
Another
she's
example,
your-
bro.
No,
How
no,
is
no.
that not an example?
I understand what she's saying.
She's your
I
girl
understand what she's
because
saying.
she's pretty, she's smart,
And she's
she's this,
stable.
she's that.
The good on paper.
Okay.
But she ain't fun.
But the sex isn't there. So she's almost perfect, right? And instead of communicating with your girl like, yo, I need you to, why can't we? I would like it if, right?
Okay.
You just go get it from somewhere else.
And people also go with what they think society says they should like. You know how many
True.
men would
This is
love to
facts.
be with the lit hoe girls?
Hello.
But they're going to be talked about because your girl used to be a hoe. So they go with the good girls and be bored as shit wishing they was with the hoes.
I think
It's
times
like,
is
aw,
changing
man.
though. I think
They are
times is
time-
It
changing.
They are
is.
changing. They are
Niggas is
changing.
more susceptible of that.
Exactly.
now.
I don't care what you think about me. I'm going to have the life of my dreams with my whole ass girlfriend.
Yo.
It's funny that we talking about
Just
this.
don't
right?
be a hoe like around with
I mean,
niggas I know. Like,
I'm not going to be a hoe while I'm with you, okay?
The person that you are when you're single and when you're in a relationship, people think that hoes are just hoes forever. No, when the hoe is single, a hoe is going to do some hoe
Right.
shit. When she
Nah,
get a
but
man,
hoes be doing like hoes, like other type
But
of
see,
hoes.
you want to know a
This is-
secret? Them good girls do it too.
Don't do my team. We good.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't fuck
like,
my team. We good.
As long as
Like,
I don't know nobody, like if I met a nigga or whatever, cool. But if
Yeah.
I know him and you like, I can't wife you.
like I'm not wifing nothing. Rome.
A hoe
Like,
plus
Rome,
me equals home.
Rome hit Rome. If Rome hit my
Yeah.
girl, I'm not. That's a
Yeah,
dub.
like you fuck
like,
my brother, it's over.
Like yeah.
Oh damn.
But my thing
he's
is...
he's gonna be the best man at my wedding.
But this,
Like,
but this
no.
is my thing, right? This is my thing. In how many situations are women that you both find attractive, right? Women that you would both be interested in. How often are they meeting both of y'all individually? Let's be honest. They probably gonna meet y'all in the same place at the same time and choose the fuck up. So why would you ever fuck her? Why would you ever wife her?
True.
But if she
No
met
argument.
you at summer camp
I don't care.
Met you on spring break, and you was feeling her, and you was, oh no, this might be something. Before you tapped in, it's a dub.
What Drake said? Yes, nigga. Brothers been my brothers, man. You niggas ain't no kin, and that's a fact.
It's all the way a dub.
I'm speaking into existence
so
now.
love at first sight. Damn, this bitch is fucking perfect. But she had a one night stand with this nigga, so it's
yes.
Oh,
I've done my best to try to shatter my ego as much as I can, but I still got a little bit of that shit.
I got best friends that fuck my baby daddy.
It's cool. You know what?
Wait. What?
Prior to us being together.
How prior?
Couple years.
And y'all still cool?
I just said best friend.
That's crazy.
It was like, I didn't know her. I didn't know him. I wound up meeting her. I wound up meeting him. Found out later, and I was like, damn, I'm not picking the nigga. I'm not picking the friend. I'm going to keep both of y'all. Like,
do they be around each other? Can they be around?
Nah.
You separate them?
No, I don't separate them. They just genuinely just don't vibe with each other.
See, I wouldn't want that. Like, I should be able to like have my man around. Like, we all at my house and we barbecuing.
But just because I hit it one time doesn't mean that's the reason we're not vibing.
It's not weird between them because of that. They just don't like each other.
Maybe we're not vibing, and that's the reason why I ain't let you hit again. Like,
listen,
I don't care.
There's a possibility this woman could be my wife. My brother can't know what that pussy feel like.
Everybody else can, just not my man.
I'm not saying that that's not fair. I get it. I get that. But in a situation where I'm finding all my happiness and you pop up with this bad news later on, nigga, I don't give a fuck.
All right, so
you could have kept that to yourself. What the fuck does that have to do with me?
Not to take y'all too off topic, but this is on topic. I was dating this one dude out in Houston. Okay. Shit didn't work out with us.
Okay.
I wound up meeting somebody he knows through a whole different person. And I want to fuck with that person now. And then the dude that I was fucking with is like, you can't do that. That's like family. I'm like, shit didn't work out with us. And this could be my potential husband. So you going to have to hold that down. You can't block my blessing because we had a fling that fizzled out.
I agree with you.
Okay.
I said I don't care, though. I don't care.
She just said that in that situation, they're like family.
She's saying the dude before, like though. You saying the dude before.
The dude that I was dealing with is telling me, don't mess with him because that's like my family. And I'm like, that is your business.
Yeah, I'm not.
Like, if you do it, it's clip for me and you forever. Like, I can't tell you what to do with him.
Okay.
Like,
so, all right, so let me ask, because I was in a similar situation, like, not too long ago, right? So, like, I was talking to this girl. I didn't hit, though, right?
Oh, see.
But I'm attracted to her friend. Right? Mm-hmm. Can I do the switch?
Yes.
Just like that. You could do the switch.
How long has it been?
Communicate.
I don't know, like weeks.
Communicate to who? The one he talks to?
First? No, the one he wants to talk to. Communicate.
No, I would communicate. I gave the heads up to the person that I was previously dealing with first.
Okay.
I didn't go to him first because then now that's putting you in an awkward situation to have to make the choice not knowing how your man feels.
So what if you and Shorty don't even speak at all?
Oh yeah, then it's up. We grown. I'm supposed to hit you back up to ask your permission when we not even in each other's life no more?
So girls would naturally, they'll do the switch. Girls don't care? There's no ego involved?
I've done the switch. I've had a guy that I was talking to. I'm always moving around. Right. I was living in Cali one time, and it was this guy I was talking to. I wound up having to move back to New York. I'm like, damn, I always wanted to fuck him, but I never got to do it. My best friend wound up moving to Cali after me. I'm like, bitch, I'm gonna need you to go holler at this nigga that I wanted to.
Yeah, but that ain't nothing that you wanted to like make your husband.
It wasn't husband material, but we was talking to each other. But me and him never held up.
No. Sliding is sliding. Yeah, we talking about
building.
Yeah. Right.
We're talking about family. Like
we can slide. Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I feel like we are in our 30s. Everyone in here is in your 30s.
Yeah.
So I'm not about to play the I got dibs game at this big age. You don't got dibs. Where's my ring? Girl, you will be okay. Bro, you will be okay. We can't keep calling dibs. Girls will be calling dibs on their junior high school boyfriend Because we went out in junior high school, and that can be your best friend's whole husband and father of her
Like,
kids. But me and him,
the love
we
of her
kissed
life.
once in 8th grade. You
Kissed
can't
him.
talk to him.
Nah,
that don't
okay.
sound crazy to you?
Nah,
Yeah,
you're
that's
right.
crazy.
You're right.
That's crazy. We
That's
grown. Whole lot L. You used to talk to him. Now I talk to him now.
Okay. All right, so we
And
gotta
I
move
done
on.
promised I learned a new thing or two since
We
then.
see this. We always be staying long on these
You
beginning
know.
therapy.
Yeah.
All right,
Who next?
I guess I'll go next. I'm gonna get in my little bag. Okay. So I had plenty of time to like sit here on my thoughts. I've been going through some shit for some weeks now, different shit. But I thought about our episode with King Dre, right? And that shit had me thinking about a specific thing that he said, right? So I was thinking about the time where 2 times when I'm the good guy and when I'm an asshole, right? And I thought about 2 separate situations I was in recently when I was either or with said woman, like a different woman. And it's crazy how the rope is so short for somebody that's the good guy versus the length of the rope for somebody that's an asshole. I was getting away with mad shit with the girl I was an asshole to. The girl I was the perfect gentleman to, the rope was like this small. I couldn't make no mistakes. I don't understand why the fuck that is, but it shit had me thinking about what kind of person, on a daily basis, what kind of person do you want to be? Because naturally in your life, you're going to say like, all right, this is working for me, so maybe I should go this route versus the opposite route, which is, so we say the correct way to go is not getting you nowhere. So I guess I'm asking y'all, I'm like, I need to understand. I understand life is about balance, but what is it about y'all that don't grant good guys grace?
I will say that I feel like people that ain't shit are expected to not be shit. So you get away with a lot more because this is what I've known you to do. When you are a good person, you are held to a higher standard, so I expect you to be more accountable for the amount of things that you do. So that's all that really is. When you got a student that's always fighting, getting suspended, ain't nobody gonna bat their eye at that student. But when you got the good kid in school and he start fucking up, now I'm looking at you like, now why are you doing this? Because I hold you to a higher standard. It's ultimately about what standard do you want to hold yourself to? Do you feel better being held more accountable? And, you know, I do agree that you are supposed to give the good person more grace, because if I do something correct 9 times in a row and I fuck up on the 10th, don't come to me acting like I ain't shit because of that 10th fuck up. You know what I mean? But it's also like, it's just people expect more from you when you're generally a good person.
It's frustrating.
It is.
It's very frustrating. I must say, like,
It
because at the end of the day, your ego says, I want to win. In a sense that, like, yo, I just want to do what's best for this situation. Go ahead, speak on it. And you speak on good guys. Yeah, you talk on this a lot.
All right. This is usually when I respond to this, obviously, like, I'm talking to your situation specifically, but I'm also giving general advice, right? This isn't necessarily general advice. Other people, it will apply to, it will make sense, but I'm speaking to you directly, like, as a friend. Like, I want you to stop worrying about playing a role. Oh, I'm the good guy. Oh, I'm the bad guy. Oh, I'm the asshole. Stop it. I don't care what guy you are to who. Start doing what you want to do. It's that simple. Do you know how many times I look at my phone ring? I don't want to answer it. Why? Because I don't fucking want to. Right? Remember a couple episodes ago when I said loyalty is, right, the standard that
the person says.
The person sets for themselves, right? I expect you to be loyal to you. I expect you to be loyal to your habits. I expect you to be consistent. That's loyalty to me, right? So if I know that you're consistently going to do what you want to do, right, then I'm not necessarily going to expect a phone call from you every single day, because what if you didn't want to call me that day? Versus, oh, we have a standing phone date, you know, at an automated text message at 12 p.m. every fucking day. Now 2 days you don't text me, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? Right?
Okay.
I think you have an idea of like the end goal, right? You know where you want to be, right? And you're trying to like manipulate and like meticulously get there versus just being who you are and like getting there. You know what I mean? Like don't let other people or society or standards tell you the person that you're supposed to be, the same way that I tell you don't let them tell you who you're supposed to be with, right? Because if you show up for you every single day, guess what you're not going to have? Stress. Guess what you're not going to worry about? These bitches. Like, you know what I mean? And guess what's also going to happen? In those two situations with those two separate females, right? Both of those women are going to get to know you better. Why? Because you're not always an asshole and you're not always a good guy.
Now I want to jump in because there was a part 2 to this. Now, we spoke about this in the group chat, our little group chat we have, right? And I really been on some shit now where it's like, fuck all this shit. I'm like, I finally in a mode now, how I go about everybody. I am the prize. I'm tired of acting like I'm not no more.
It's
like,
not even...
Let me finish. So like, all right. So now like, this is just my mindset now.
I'm listening.
Like, all right. So now it's like, all right. 33 years old. We on this show constantly talking about accountability, holding each other up. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of healing. We do a lot of healing. Like if you heard episode 1 to now, it's been a lot of healing that I've done. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud to the standard he holds me accountable. Like I have a good job. I have no kids. I did everything in my life to line myself up with somebody who's gonna match my energy, and I'm gonna continue to do that. Mm-hmm. But it's just like now my mentality is I'm quick to curve now. Like I don't put up with nobody's shit. The minute I'm like, yo, no, this is what you're giving is not good enough. So that's how I just go about life now. But it was just an observation I had about the rope given to people who's good to you. That's just crazy to me. That's all.
I think that the road you're on is where you need to be. I just caution the I'm the prize rhetoric because it's very pompous and presumptuous and entitled. And I feel like there are a lot of people out there who think that they're the prize and bring absolutely nothing to the table. Mm-hmm. And I think that, do you really want to be a prize? Like, you know what prizes do? They sit up there on the shelf by themselves here because they're coveted and protected.
Takes
and
a lot of tickets.
That's
to earn them, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Well, we're gonna get more into this. We gotta.
Can I say one thing real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I agree with you, Kay. I also have a question for Kira, right? Mm-hmm. So you've been how long have you been going? 6 months?
Oh, last time I came to New York, I moved in September.
You moved in September.
So
okay, you moved in September.
Yeah.
Do you feel lighter?
Absolutely.
Do you feel like just a naturally happier person?
This
Absolutely.
nigga Rhome is really out of here. I'm sorry, keep going.
My girlfriend, right? She's from New York, but she lives in Texas. She lives in Dallas, and she came to New York and she stayed for about a week, and it was subtle, but I seen changes in her, and I think New York just makes people but I'm speaking from a male's perspective, so I'm gonna say women, like, just a little bit more annoyed, like, and a little bit more annoying. It's just the hustle and the like the grind of New York just does something to people, bro.
It's also the proximity.
So can I tell you what I saw as soon as I landed? As I was coming out of baggage claim, there was a fight between the airport workers and people that were sitting at the airport waiting for their loved ones. Boom. 10 minutes off the flight, I seen a fight. Physical fight. Got to Harlem, police drunk driving, hit a car, knocked the door off the thing. Cops come rushing, people come rushing, they arguing with the NYPD. It's going to fuck down. Turned another block, I seen piles and piles of trash, old mattresses, shit that's just, it's a Friday night. I landed Friday night.
Yep.
That's normal. I hadn't seen that in a while. I was just like, damn, I done seen a fight. I done seen a police chase. I done seen violence. I done seen garbage. I done seen this being normalized. And then you go other places and it's just like, damn, I ain't missed this. And I've been doing so much work with my energy to make sure I don't internalize the things that are being energetically presented to me. So I'm still gonna maintain my energy, even though I'm gonna have to be here for 3 weeks and it's gonna be hard. But I'm gonna maintain my energy and not let that absorb me. And it's also understanding, like, Texas is a mid-rise city. That means that no building is going higher than 6 floors, really, for the apartments. Right. Mm-hmm. High rise here, which means we got much more people and we're dealing with much more energy. And you can't really compare because it's easy to be calm and serene when you only got to see a certain amount of people. Per capita in New York, we're crowded. It's a lot of energy here. So, of course, it's just like, oh, fuck, I forgot. I ain't been home in a minute. I forgot what this shit was like.
The weather, too.
The atmosphere, I think that plays a role.
And the atmosphere is everything.
Like, I don't like for it to sound like don't date New York women, but...
No, I think that's where I'm at with it. I think that's really where I'm at with it. And fuck New York, the tri-state. I just think, because when you go everywhere else, it's just like, wow, people are polite. Like, I was at Turkey Leg Hut, and like she was just so energetic, and it was like,
I think that give people the grace to unlearn. Yeah. Because as aggressive as a New York woman will be, put her in a position to be allowed to be peaceful. Men tell me all the time, you're so masculine, you're so this, you're so that. If I'm walking home and I have to have mace on my keys and a knife in my hand, I have to be aggressive. Hello. I have to be masculine. Right. Give me the grace to unlearn that and show me that I'm safe to be feminine. Show me that it's safe to be polite and soft. Because being polite and soft here ain't always the best option for you. You might have to look a little mean.
Oh, no. Be polite and soft here, you a lick.
Hello, I had this conversation. I had some girlfriends come visit me from New Orleans. And they was like, New York women, y'all just screw your faces up. And Kira, you don't dress in dresses. I said, the dress that you think is cute, the femininity that you chose for your comfort, I had to reject for my safety. I gotta dress like a nigga. I gotta talk like a nigga. I gotta fight like a nigga to survive here. So I don't want to say discard us as New York women, but who gonna understand your struggle more than a New York woman? Because we both get it. We both want to get out.
I think that's the struggle too.
We both want to get out. When you go down south, these women, they be like,
New York women out of New York.
They get soft.
My mother is from Brownsville, okay? My mother. You see me, yeah? Okay. You think the woman from Brownsville would raise me? Marcy Projects? And we're not talking about 10 years ago. Like, I was born in 90. My mom was born in 64. So we talking about Brownsville, Marcy Projects, Flatbush in the 70s, in the 80s. When my grandmother was a madam and my auntie was a fucking bookie. Like, outside.
Yeah.
All right. We gotta move along. We got 2 more to go to. I guess we could save Kira for last because she's the guest. What's your beginner's therapy, Kira?
Anyways, life's great. Pussy still good. Feel me?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's
Ain't
it.
Nothing wrong with that. It's called humbly arrogant.
Word.
We be a little arrogant.
Word.
We be a little arrogant.
You feel me?
Word. I'm the prize, by the way.
Still eating cake, wishing that a bitch would. Feel me?
I'm
I
using
wish
that
I
on my
had
next
more
caption.
positive shit.
Shout out
come
to
with.
your workout videos though, man. Like,
Thank you.
shout
I
out
gotta
to your
get you on
workout videos.
Instagram when we
It's,
get out
it's
of here.
not inspiring. I'm still not going.
You know what?
Still
I'm
not
like,
going.
it makes me feel warm and fuzzy. Okay, that'll be my beginner's therapy. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy, and I really appreciate the people that have been reaching out, not necessarily telling me that, like, oh, I see the difference, although I do appreciate that, but especially the people that are like, yo, you're motivating me to go work out. Like, between you and so-and-so and so-and-so, I just joined the gym. Yeah. Like, I don't even remember who it was. I don't even know if I was following that person, but I saw someone tweet, like, just spent $800 on workout clothes. And I'm just like, yo, whatever it takes for you to get motivated, that's fucking fire.
Facts.
Because even though I'm not where I want to be, like, I'm at a point where it's like I have to, like, acknowledge that, like, oh, nah, there's a visual, like, there's a difference.
You
Like,
look good, man. You look good, man.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? I see that shit, I jump up and hit a set real quick.
You see what I mean? Yes, that's what I'm
Like,
trying
all
to.
right.
Let's go.
All right.
Kira, what's up? What's up, Shu? You got anything you want to share?
Okay, so my beginner's therapy is very heavy and light at the same time.
Okay.
Most people knew me. I've been on social media actively since like 2015. We talking millions of views and 200,000 on Instagram, 200,000 on Facebook, 250,000 on TikTok. I know how to social media, right? Last August, a couple days after my 30th birthday, my Instagram got deleted.
Mine too. In August.
200,000 followers, 10 years worth of work, endless content, contacts, connections. I had just got off tour. That means my 20-city tour of following that I amassed. That means all my Shade Room features and write-ups that I collected, it was gone. So I had to take the time to learn, like, okay, what is God trying to tell me? I just turned 30 and I can't even celebrate on my timeline. I was in Turks and Caicos. I had planned to get all of this content and I had no choice but to sit in the water and enjoy the view. I had no choice but to acknowledge the people that were in front of me without going live, without updating my followers, without posting anything to my story. I stayed off Instagram for months. Everybody was panicked. I wasn't really tweeting. I wasn't really TikToking. I was just living my life. I moved to Houston. That wasn't on my platform because, like I said, I didn't get back on until November. Right. I was moved in September. I was outside living my life, and it taught me that social media doesn't really matter because it can be gone today or tomorrow. I had spent so many years feeling like I'm Kara J and I built this platform. What's going to happen now? And then nobody, people looked for me, but it was just like, nobody really fucking cares. Like, people's lives are going to go on without your tweets. People's lives are going to go on without your content. People will wake up and do what they were doing today or tomorrow if you are off their timeline. Nobody's life is going to change in your absence from their timeline. So my beginner's therapy tip would be to everybody, create some real world connections and log the fuck off. Don't have people that only call you when they see you on their feed. Make sure that you have people that you can talk to in person, which is why I was very adamant about coming and seeing you in person because we don't do the Zooms.
Yeah,
and
that's a fact.
I was like, no, we need to have the
yeah.
conversation because we get so caught up on the technology and we don't realize it don't matter. And we lose so much of ourselves in our platforms and that shit can be taken away tomorrow. I was just like, damn.
We do not own that.
We don't own that. I spent 10 years building up a platform that was gone in 10 minutes.
Bro.
Make sure your real life is suitable for how you want it to live. When the social media is gone, the Instagram, the TikTok, the Twitter, all of this shit get deleted today or tomorrow. What does your life look like?
Make sure you live your life with fucking backups, okay? Because you know the fucking pictures and videos I would have been heartbroken.
I had my daughter's birthday is a week before mine. I had made this beautiful collage video that I edited on Instagram and I posted it there. It's gone. It was a collage from her birth to her 5th. It was beautiful. Gone. And I was just so devastated because I hadn't uploaded it to anywhere else. But I was just like, I still got my daughter. Like, does it really matter? You know what I mean? I got to that point of, does it really matter? What matters outside of your timeline? If I'm not on Instagram today or tomorrow, I'm back on now, but I was off for months after being on for a decade solid. People are looking to me, Kara, what do you think on this? Kara, what do you say about that? I'm looking for a Kara tweet. And I just vanished because I was just like, what's going to matter in the long run is my real life, because this shit it don't matter. It's not real. So I spent a lot of time offline. Make sure you have a lot of time in your real world connections, in your real life, with people that genuinely care about you outside of your social media connections.
Word.
I needed to hear that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I did needed to hear that. Like that definitely.
Oh, we about to go have fun outside in person right now.
Yes.
Don't worry.
And like with
Don't
Rock,
worry.
we never talk on social media.
Word.
And we talk all the time in person.
Well, first off, you're a terrible texter. So I gotta put that out there.
No, I'm not a terrible texter.
Bro, I texted you. You ain't get back to me for a week. Now I get it. You're a busy person.
No.
500,000 followers, lots of connections. Reaching out to you. But like, my nigga.
You heard the flex, right? You heard the love.
Yeah, like
No.
30 second word. Like,
I'll tell you why. In my time off social media, I learned the importance of being present. I don't want to sound like the crazy yogi girl. You notice I'm with the crystals and the waist beads. I don't always have my phone on me anymore. When I'm with my daughter, I'm with my daughter. She's complained to me a lot about, Mommy, you always working. You have to understand that I make content, I make TikToks, I sell books, I answer emails. So that means 8 hours a day like this. Sometimes I might put that motherfucker down for 2 days just to be present with her. And that's not a slight on anybody. My mama gets so, why you ain't call me back? I was just being present. And we can't, not even just with social media, even with the devices, we can't let ourselves not be present because of the devices. So that's my friends, my family. A lot of times I have to check out for my own mental health, and I might not even have my phone. I got all my posts set up on timers. You gonna post this day? I ain't, listen. I don't be on my phone. It don't be like you seen me post something and it don't, listen, I be checked out. I be checked out because she asked me to. Like I said, working on social media, I used to spend hours and hours on my phone, and she would be like, Mama, look, I drew you a picture, and I'm on Twitter. And I'm in my text messages, and I'm on Instagram. And then she's just like, you always on your phone. And then I was just like,
to be a kid
we're going to
again,
change
man.
that. We're going to change that. And then I'm a single mother. So I'm the only parent she has. I owe her that being present. And that means that I do slack a lot in my relationships. But you see, my first stop when I got here, I ain't even take her to do shit yet. Yeah. I said, I got to check Rock. I haven't even checked in with my family because I just been spending so much more time being present with her. You look at my Instagram, I ain't got but like 50 posts on that motherfucker.
That's because you lit on TikTok. I'm lit on TikTok.
Look to
I'm
see
never
the last
going back
time
to the
I posted
gram.
on TikTok. I post on TikTok once a month.
You know
I don't
what?
give a fuck about social media no more.
The thing about TikTok is, like, I don't really necessarily follow the tab that says following. You usually just come across my viral feed. Mm-hmm. So, like, you gonna pop up at least 2-3 times a day.
And that shit say posted in February.
Yeah.
I don't be on that motherfucker.
I love how they continue to push your shit.
They do.
Deep in. I love that. I love that. But, all right, we got a lot of shows. So, let's hand it over to Rome.
So we're going to get into the toxic tweets. This is where I go to Twitter and try to find something a little toxic and give it to y'all. This is actually a series of tweets. I'm on my rock shit today. So this is from @GermPerm, and she said, "Guys, we arguing and this nigga making sense. What do I do now?"
I saw that. I responded to her.
What'd you write?
I said, start crying, friend.
Oh,
Fuck
I
that
think
shit.
I see you.
Start crying. I don't care. Oh my
You're on every fucking comment.
And then she was like, every time I realized he wanted an argument, I just confused it with old shit.
As you should, sis.
God.
Stay toxic, my friend.
You really do that?
Nah, I don't do that.
Then another girl said,
I don't argue.
Another girl said, tell him he's missing the point on purpose and walk away fast. Don't let him get another word in.
That's mad toxic. I actually enjoy that one. I enjoy that one.
And the last one from Nia to Brat, say you miss your grandma.
That's what men do.
But since this is a show about accountability, and obviously these women have no accountability, I just wanted to share that with y'all.
All right.
I enjoy that.
I have extreme accountability, which is why I'm single now.
That's why you single now?
Yeah.
You want to tell us exactly why you single now, or you just want to?
I got a lot of shit to work out in myself, and me holding myself accountable knows that I don't necessarily deserve to have a man go through that. It takes real accountability. We want men, but do we deserve them all the time? I know I got some shit with me right now. I don't deserve to have a man right now. Not the man I want. I want a good man. I don't just want a man. I want a good man. But I don't deserve a good man right now, so I'm going to stay by myself.
Recently?
Nah.
How long you been single, if you don't mind us asking?
6 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
same.
dating, and I was building with guys and, learning a little bit more about myself. But as I'm at this point now where it's just like, ooh, child, you got some shit with you. You might need to stay by yourself and figure that out. It's accountability. Accountability look like not making nobody deal with your bullshit. Because I could get with a man today or tomorrow. They on it, but I might make your life hell.
All right. So let me ask you this then. Like, so people love to say, like, yo, yeah, I'm taking accountability, right? But what steps are you taking to heal these things that you're going through?
Oh,
If you're not taking actual steps, then you're just acknowledging.
I agree. That's why I'm saying
That's
that.
the first step.
Because a lot of people say that.
That's the first step.
Yeah, no,
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I was talking to a
Acknowledgement
girl
is step
recently.
one.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
you're just, if you're admitting that you got a problem, at least you're acknowledging it, but you're not automatically taking
That's a fact.
accountability.
That's a fact. But,
right?
go ahead.
Like,
I'll tell you something that I haven't publicly spoke on yet. My form of it looks like, I'm a content creator and I make documentaries and movies and all of that shit. I have a documentary coming out at the end of the summer called Closure, where I go from city to city and I interview my exes and I get their perspectives on what actually went wrong in the relationship, whether it was me or whether it was them. I talk about the year that they knew me and our time together, because I feel like nobody can really mirror you better than the people that actually had to deal with you. So I have been talking with a lot of my exes and interviewing them, and this documentary is gonna be nuts, by the way, because some of them love me and some of them hate me, but that was step one for me, going to the source and figuring, what did you think was wrong that I did? And I found out a lot about myself where I thought I might have been doing something perfect, but it might have came off as a little bit manipulative. I thought I might have been doing something, you know what I mean? Like, only my exes can tell me in that realm. So that's something that I have been doing, just going to ask them, hey, what could I do better? Like going to your old job that fired you and asking for future references for my next job, what can I improve upon? It's been so much fun, though. It's been so much
That
fun.
gotta be hella therapeutic.
It is,
That gotta
because
be-
we're all so honest with each other. Like, you guys been inside my body, so you better not lie to me.
Niggas still do that, but niggas will still do that. Niggas will still do that, but
It's been fun. It's been fun.
that's what's up. That's what's up.
I actually wrote a
that's
poem
what's
called
up.
Toxic. And that one is going to drop at the end of the summer.
that gotta be like a 10-minute poem.
Nah, it's like
I know it, you.
3.5.
3.5
sounds
minutes.
like a song to me.
All right, cool.
what's up.
Shit, man. Should we do the
Pole
dick
position
and
or
audition?
dick
Nah,
and
pole
audacity?
position always lasts because it turns
Aight.
into a conversation. Actually, I got something I want to talk about that leads into the pole position. So, what?
Dick and audacity.
Dick and
it is,
audacity.
but-
Ooh, dick and audacity.
Yes, I had to come with my own little
Oh.
segment, girl. Gotta bring up the receipts.
All right, while she does that.
No, it's right here.
Oh, okay.
right?
All right.
So,
Look at you prepared. Okay.
come on now.
All right.
Now, this applies to both genders, right? But I specifically am singling out the penile equipped individuals.
Okay.
Okay.
That's very safe.
Because how dare you tell me how I should react to you disrespecting me?
Can I get an example?
She got the receipts.
How dare you try to tell me if my response to your disrespect is more disrespectful or not? If it's out of line or not. You don't get to dictate that. If you push me, if I shoot you, I fucking shoot you, my nigga. Don't fucking push me. And you won't have to find out what I do when you do that.
Right.
Right? So I'm not a bad person for the shooting. It don't ever have to get there. And then I don't have to be a bad person.
I mean, technically, you don't gotta murder somebody to defend yourself.
I'm just saying. I didn't say where I was shooting. I just said I was shooting.
Okay. All right.
In the
Okay.
foot, I guess.
What happened, Kay? What they did?
Yeah, what they
they
did, child. Who we gotta beat up?
So, I went viral on Twitter. Okay.
Nothing new.
Because I was responding to a hypothetical situation, right? Twitter loves me in my hypothetical situations. Psych. But whatever. Now, the original tweet, shout out to Heartbreak Mel's, was, ladies, if you found out while you were 6 months pregnant that your man was cheating, buying pussy, the relationship
I
over?
What you said.
Or can y'all work through it, right?
Buying pussy? That was it? That's what it was? Buying pussy?
Yeah, buying pussy.
Okay.
So I don't know if there's anything more intrusive, invasive, hurtful. Like, I don't know if there's a more fucked up thing you can do to me than cheat on me while I'm literally growing a human being from scratch. Putting my life on the fucking line to bring your DNA into this fucking world. I really would rather you smack me. I would rather you put your hands on me. That's how I feel. I would rather you put your fucking hands on me than cheat on me in that moment. Cheat on me after. Cheat on me before. But my nigga, you can't hold it down for 9 months. For 9 months, you can't. I'm not even saying you're not gonna get no neck. I'm not even saying you're not gonna get no pussy. But you can't hold it down for 9 months, right? So while I'm thinking about all of these things that are pissing me off and how much of a violation it would be if this ever happened to me, right? Before I snapped on this imaginary person because I'm not pregnant. I've never been pregnant. I don't have a boyfriend to be cheating on me or anything else, right? So before I snapped, I decided what I would do. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like that would be fair. So I decided to tweet it. And everybody acted like I was the bad guy, as if...
You were the bad guy.
As if what I said would never happen if this hypothetical pregnant lady never got cheated on.
And what did you say? Wait, what did you say, Kay?
You are the bad guy. For what you said, you are the bad guy.
I am not the fucking bad guy.
Wait. Go ahead. Tell us. The suspense is killing me.
I said, cheat on me while I'm pregnant, and your ops are going to be nutting on your kid to be's face.
Yo.
You want to know what's going to happen after that? The little nigga getting evicted. Are you shitting me?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Humbly Arrogant Podcast. We're
These
live
are the
on
opinions of K-Face.
We're on YouTube. YouTube, please don't ban us.
Nah, so you the only reason I'm saying that you the bad guy is because it's the ops.
What? Because it's just the ops?
Yeah, because it's the ops.
Nah, son, you violated. I'm violating in the most drastic way possible. The nigga that you are low-key insecure about, the nigga that you don't like because you feel away, the nigga that is like the...
But that's your baby, though.
It's getting aborted.
So you would only have the baby for the man.
No, she's saying if he cheats, she's gonna do that first,
if you
and then
abort it.
No, I'm saying the language.
The relationship's over.
The language said they're gonna be nutting on your kid's face. That's probably what they heard.
Oh no, absolutely.
Yeah,
but I did that intentionally.
Yeah,
but
what you was trying to say was I'ma fuck your ops.
I did it intentionally so that people would react because I wanted them to visualize it. I wanted them to see how heinous that fucking was, so you can see the equivalency to cheating on a fucking pregnant woman. all y'all deserve hell.
I don't think
if you've ever done it, you deserve hell. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, what if the baby's like 5-6 months?
It is 6 months. That's why I said on your future baby's face.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a late term abortion. I don't give a fuck.
What?
Relationship over. Relationships over and done.
So if the relationship is over, you would.
I'm not raising a baby by myself.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm personally.
Well, as long as you can. As long as you have control.
For as much control as I have over the situation, I am not willing to be a single parent. So while I still have an option in changing that, it will absolutely be an option that I am for.
Let me ask you real quick.
Yeah,
you don't think someone performing a selfish act is different than someone doing something out of spite?
I'm performing a selfish act too. I'm performing a selfish act too.
You know, you're doing something out of spite, though.
And it is soothing my ego.
Okay.
Selfishly.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's what intent, though.
You said you've never been pregnant.
That's like motive.
Though.
Never been pregnant.
Yeah.
That's motive.
Well, I'll give you some insight to it. When you get pregnant, your connection is going to be more towards your child, especially 6 months in. You would think this is going to hurt him, so I'm going to do that. 6 months in, you're going to be feeling your baby move around. It's going to be fuck you and whatever bitch you cheated with. And the emotions and anger that you have towards him is going to be 6 months in, I'm speaking. Not no early abortion. 6 months in, you're not going to be thinking about that.
While I completely understand what you're saying, and in a practical, logical, would I actually do this in real life? No type of situation. Like I said, the point of it
is to get people to understand how. So my daughter's father,
the point of it,
we've talked about this on previous episodes. My daughter's father cheated on me while I was pregnant and wound up getting someone else pregnant.
Oh, hell no.
During my pregnancy. So I had to go through my entire pregnancy, because I was pregnant first. I was the girlfriend. I had to go through my entire pregnancy knowing that eventually she would have a sibling. Before she was even 1 year old. And the kids are now a couple months apart. That is not fire. And it was definitely the most traumatic experience of my life, which is probably why I have been single for 6 years. And I don't intend on having more children. So I do think it is important to highlight what that does to a woman. I think we minimize it as to just cheating when it's not just cheating. Cheating on a pregnant woman, it almost killed me. I was in the hospital for most of my pregnancy. I wound up with stress-related preeclampsia. I had to get an emergency C-section, and he wasn't even with me at the hospital. So these are all of the things that I attribute to pregnancy that is not really pregnancy. It's just the toxic situation that I was in. So I'm unwilling to move forward and take any men serious enough to create a family with them because of what that experience did to me 6 years ago. So I think that the reaction is like, when you put it the way she's saying it, it might sound so crazy, but the way I say it, it kind of makes just men go, damn.
But see, this is the thing.
You know what I mean? Like,
and this is the reason why I said this on Twitter. That, because people were like, oh, you didn't have to say it like that. You could have just said you were going to cheat back. And I was like, yeah, but would you feel away if I said I was going to cheat back? Would you have pictured it so vividly and gotten disgusted if I just said, oh, I'm going to cheat back?
Oddly enough, I understand what you're talking about.
I needed to put the fucking fear of God into niggas.
I get it.
Visual.
Thank you.
Men are visual.
I actually get it.
My English teacher said descriptive words in literary writing. Okay? Shout out to Mrs. Kimball, I think. Something like that.
Yo, remember there was a time I actually used to be the one that said the wild shit on the show? Times fucking changed, bro.
The whole culture of the episode is just very still, like.
So.
Things changed, bro.
So, to be fair.
Oh, we're not even done.
No, to be fair, I just wanted to read the thread so that you can see that, like, I did actually expound on my point.
Okay.
People were just reacting.
But the ops.
It's not even the ops. It's the nut on your baby that gets people. Yeah. That's what, because you automatically think abuse, pedophilia, like that's where the mind goes.
Although I do have to say, while I understand that's where your mind goes, the fact that so many people followed through with assuming that's what I meant, like, y'all sick.
No, because people are sick
I
on
know.
Twitter.
But I'm just saying, I feel like
Oh, like the baby's born?
people thought that I was
Yes.
talking. People were like, "You,
Oh, nah.
I'm calling DIFUS on you. You
no.
The
you
key word
should
was
never
6
have
months.
kids." I'm like, yo, first of all,
No, because the thing is that women will do that. Women will do that. They
Oh, I'm
will,
sure.
They will let their children be hurt if they're mad at their baby father. So it's not astronomical to assume that's what people. I've seen bitches beat up their children because
Yeah.
their daddies moved on. So that's why people assume that because it's happening.
listen, again, I get that.
Yeah, I had that thought with my
But
first baby.
critical
Like, I'm fucking-
thinking, reading, etc. The fact that we all know this is social media, maybe like click to take a little bit deeper of a dive. You know what I mean? Other than reacting on your first thought, but I mean, it
That'll
is
make
Twitter,
fun. Yeah.
and that would be no fun. But so my follow-up tweet was, if you can't hold it down for 9 months while I grow a human being from scratch, then you deserve all the worst things in the world. I don't care. I was like, so I'm the bad person because in this hypothetical situation where I'm 6 months pregnant and getting cheated on, I cheat back while still pregnant. How about he's the bad person for cheating in the first place? What happened to you can't dictate how people respond to disrespect?
That's true.
That's true. We spoke about that on the Will Smith episode.
Would you feel the same way if, I know some women go through it when they get pregnant, they sex drive is just like gone. Mm-hmm. So would you feel the same way if like you don't want to have sex with them?
Honestly, yes. Because for me, right, and I say this as a woman who's never been pregnant, is currently on an IUD, and has safe sex, me having a kid is going to be very intentional. Extremely, we planned this intentional.
So what if he come to you
Air
and
high
ask
five.
you? What if he come to you and ask you like, yo, babe, since we not having sex, like, can I just go buy me some pussy real quick?
Nigga, that's what sex toys are for.
That's nasty.
So no.
No, that's what sex toys are for. If we are in a monogamous relationship, that's what sex toys are for. Hold it down. You don't think I'm going through shit over here?
And I just went 7 months without
Right,
sex.
so-
It's not that hard.
Y'all, I'm
I'm
sorry,
saying,
y'all.
can you ask?
We got a lot more show left.
Right.
So we gotta move on.
You might have to do like a part 1, part 2.
We gotta expand on this because that was a lot. So I wanted to, we do the pole position. Kira's no stranger to this on the show, but I wanted to talk about something that leads into our pole position segment, right? And lately on social media, I've been battling a lot of alpha women, right? And
What is alpha
I'm
woman?
gonna say, what do you mean by alpha woman?
to me, an alpha woman is, I hate to say this, everything that I know I don't want in a woman, which is like this no, and I actually know this, and that's crazy because of my mother. And I know where that can get you as a result of watching my mother grow up. And my mother's 73 and she's alone. This overly independent, overly strong, non-sensual, kind of egotistical women who have no intention on like submitting to men because it would feel like, I don't know, like it's beneath them. Is that fair to say?
It's your opinion.
Well, that's what I feel what it is. Because when I see alpha woman,
I'm gonna say that's not what an alpha is, though.
well, all right, well, can you explain? Because
So let's put it in lioness terms as a Leo myself. Alpha just means someone who is good at showing the way things are supposed to be run. That doesn't mean that the man is not still the king. It just means that I might know this area better than my man do, so I'm gonna go and head that off. And you know what I mean? It don't mean that there can't be two alphas. What you're talking about is just bitter. Like that ain't alpha. That's just bitter.
I understand the
yeah.
terminology. What's it
I understand why he used that label.
Yeah.
For that.
well, yeah.
It's while
Maybe I should look that up
No,
before I
no.
started the
While
segment, but-
you do have the actual definition, the like layman's term, the common,
what it's been adapted to be.
Yeah, what it's been adapted to.
Kind of like feminism.
There's
real feminists, and then
yes.
there's these fake feminists that's like, bitch, you can't make your man no plate. You ain't no feminist. Right. And then the real feminist is like, what? I just wanted to vote. What are you talking about?
Right.
So it's like what the actual alpha women like myself versus these fake ass alpha women who, we don't need no man, sis, fuck them. Like, you ain't no alpha.
Right.
You was bitter. You was a sucker.
Right. But I've been arguing with them for like 2 weeks now because it all started with a joke. And
it always does.
It all started with a joke. And the joke was, I think, did I tweet it? I put it somewhere on Instagram or whatever. And I said, alpha women don't get flown out. And everybody jumps in my DM like, you don't know what you talking about. Oh, that's some beta male shit. Da da da. Like da da da. You're a delta. Da da da. And I'm like,
oh my
God. And I'm like, in the history of my life,
beta, gamma, delta.
All my friends that got money, all my friends that are with the shits that fly women on vacation and shit like that, I never saw them. They never flew out any woman that wasn't submissive.
That's crazy.
If you're not submissive, I'm not flying you out. There's no way you're coming in here with alpha energy getting flown out. That was the joke. And it turned into a 2-week battle with alpha women constantly jumping in and out. Fake alpha women, I guess.
Fake alphas.
So talking about, you don't know what you're talking about. You give beta male energy. That's why, da, da, da. And I'm like, all right, cool, right? But I wanted to speak because you speak on being alpha a lot on your Instagram and on social
I never
media.
use those exact words.
Not that.
Yeah.
But strong black woman.
Strong.
Right? Mm-hmm. And I wanted you to speak to the people.
Okay.
About real alpha energy and stuff like that, right? Because I again, like we talked about, like people don't understand what it is. So I need you to explain to them.
Okay, so I just want to say that for the people that are watching.
I knew let's get a woman.
Femininity only has a place to thrive where masculinity is present to protect it. I cannot be this soft, feminine, delicate flower if somebody is going to come along and snatch me up. So then what happens? I grow thorns. I get hard. I grow branches. I turn into a tree because there was no one there to protect me, right? You will see a lot more feminine, soft, submissive women if men reclaim their masculinity. And it was a topic that people were saying, oh, toxic masculinity, da-da-da-da-da. 19 Keys, actually. He said, toxic masculinity is not the problem. It's the lack of masculinity. There's so much lack of masculinity and that protective and support for women. So femininity and masculinity have to exist. It have to both exist. So what do? We adapt our masculinity and then we overdo it because things are now out of balance. The only way to get things back into balance and for women to be women again is for the men to be men, because we are not safe enough to submit first. Because if we submit first and we get gentle first and we say, okay, we're going to be submissive and gentle so men can pick us, then we get fucking trampled. It's not safe out here. I don't know if you're paying attention, but bitches is getting hit in the face with skateboards just for not giving out their phone numbers outside. We're getting followed home just for saying I got a boyfriend outside. So the only way we get things back in balance is for men to get back in their masculine bag to make us feel safe enough to do so. The reason why we became so hard is because we did not feel safe in our femininity, so we chose the masculinity for our comfort levels. That is the only way to get things back into balance. When I'm dating men that don't make me feel safe, it's a certain way that I talk to them. The last guy I was dating, he was able to just laugh at all of that because he was so masculine that it was like, aw, you think you the strong one, don't you? Let me show you how this shit is really done. In every area of my life, when it came to our conversations, our sex life, us handling anything, I didn't have to show up masculine because he took care of it. We only show up masculine when we feel like you dropping the ball, nigga. I ain't about to let us go into the iceberg. I will fall back if you driving us in the right way. Every woman is like that. Yo,
I hate driving.
Listen.
But what's these?
I'm not trying to be the king. I'm trying to find a man that is strong enough to let me be the queen. I don't want to sit at the top of that throne. Please, Daddy, take it over.
Oh.
Let me do it.
So what is masculinity to you?
Masculinity, in its most layman terms.
To you, no.
To me.
To you.
To me,
I
yes.
want your opinion.
My opinion of masculinity is protection and then providing. And when I'm saying providing, it is not what it meant 50 years ago, because protection is not what it meant 50 years ago either. Back then, it meant make sure nobody could physically harm me and make sure my bills are paid, right? Now, when I'm saying protect me, that means shield me from anything that can threaten my emotional health. Don't put me in positions where I have to fight for my sanity. Protect me from all the bullshit that other people are going trying to hit me with in that room. And providing, my bag is up. I don't need your check. But can you provide me some peace of mind? Can you come into my household and give me a logical sense of the way things are supposed to be handled when I'm being a little bit emotional in certain areas? So protect and provide is really that simple. And we have so many people feeling like they're going to lose out if they submit. Because submission is a two-way street. Men be feeling like if I submit to this role of the protecting and providing, I'm going to be a sucker. It's like, no, you're going to be a man.
Bro.
That's your lady. You supposed to want to do that. And the problem goes back to what we were speaking about earlier. So many people are with women they don't want to do that for. When you meet the woman that you want to do that for, we won't even have this conversation about protecting and providing, because that's going to be your lady.
So you think this is where the disconnect is?
The disconnect is with people they don't want to be with. That's where it all comes from. Men are with these women that you don't even care if she's soft. You don't even care to make her day easier for her. Women are with men. I had a conversation about all of the stuff that you're supposed to do for your man, cooking, cleaning, laundry, da-da-da-da. Bitches was really trying to chew me up. And I'm like, why are you with a man if you don't want to do that for him? You're supposed to be with a man that you want to give him that.
Now stay right here.
Because if your man ain't shit, I'm not telling you to do all of this for your fuck nigga. I'm just assuming that if he's your man, he's a good man. Why wouldn't you want to?
Now, I want you to stay right here, right? Because this is the issue that, like, 9 times out of 10, when I'm out here in the dating realm, those are the kind of women that I come across, right? Like, and that's why I give them the alpha. Like, when I call them alpha, they get upset. And those women, like, why do you think they're like that? Where does that come from? Go ahead, Kay. You go.
One thing I feel like gets like forgotten in these conversations, right, is like you have to like doing that stuff, right? You have to like domesticated work to want to be submissive and do those things for someone, right? I like that work. I like being home. I hate doing the dishes, but I also love getting the dishes done. So if it was like my job to do the dishes, those shits is getting done every day. Like, and I feel like you have to understand what submitting is to the individual person. You can't just get them to submit to you the way you see submission. Because, like, what if she don't even do her own laundry? Like, but you want me to do yours?
Right.
Like,
I mean, at least pay the
nigga, we can wash and fold. Like,
yeah, at least pay for the drop.
You know, like, I'm.
Nah, I dig it.
But I feel like I'm not saying that that's the answer. I'm just saying I feel like that's a.
I think the answer is ultimately being with people that make you want to do the things that you've been with your ex and you complained about doing it. You ever see somebody, he don't want to do shit for the current girlfriend and he go get with the next girlfriend and he doing that motherfucker with ease. Why? Because he want to.
Listen, I'm not pointing at you.
No, I pointed at him. This guy.
I'm pointing at you because
it's who you want to do it for, though.
Whoever's picture you saw looking miserable, keep an eye out for old boy and see if he look happy in his pictures with the next bitch.
Mm-hmm. We be out here begging someone to do things for us that they would do for the next person with ease. And it ultimately comes down to compatibility. We are not compatible. We do not want each other, but people stay in shit just to stay in shit sometimes.
You know what? I will say, I don't know. I don't know if it's as simple as that. I don't know if, for me. I'm only speaking for me. I don't know if it's as simple as that for me. and maybe it's because of my prior experiences and the things that I've been through. But once you show me something that I really want, then yeah, I do all that shit and I don't care about it. Like, you make me want to do that shit, but you gotta make me want to.
Did you hear what you just said?
As a woman,
you make me want to do that shit.
Yeah, but as a
what
women
that
have to do something though. So it's almost like, who's gonna do something first?
But do you know what that translates?
saying.
That translates to, she created a safe space for you to want to be submissive. She created a safe space for you to want to give her something back. We have to create safe spaces for our partners in order to relinquish some form of control.
I disagree. It's not. I don't think it's that simple, Kara.
That's not
Like-
simple.
Wait,
I'm not
hold
speaking
on,
on
no.
creating a safe space for someone is nothing simple. If you are living in a world where you've always felt like you were under attack, especially as a black man or a black woman.
Okay.
When I'm saying safe space, I'm not just saying, hey, you're safe with me, you're good here, now start doing shit for me. I'm
mean,
talking about
like,
the
I can
space
talk to
that
you
she's
without you
created
judging me.
without you judging me.
Well, can I say something real quick? So I think about, when we're talking about this, right? I think about the last submissive woman that I had was probably my ex-girlfriend of 6-7 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then every woman that I've dated after that had no submissive traits at all, which is why I would never like even think about entering a relationship with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think about her, right? And I think about everybody's situation. She had both parents in the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I went to that house, and you know, when we was boyfriend, so I was at that mom's house. I love going to the house. I love watching them interact with each other. Like, the mom submits to dad. Like, yo, even like times when the little brother was in trouble and shit like that. And she used to be like, yo, wait till your dad come home. Like, shit like that. Whereas like these new age women, they feel like, no, I can do all that stuff that he can do. And there is like, it's like trying to like take over in a sense that maybe because their moms, they grew up in single parent homes, that's all they know. Mm-hmm. So like, why would I do that for a man? Like, there was no man around.
Correct.
So those are really the women that I'm speaking to when I say the alpha jokes and shit like that. But you think like having both parents in the home really translates to a lot of this submissiveness?
Yes.
Absolutely. I was raised, my parents were married. My grandparents were married. I watched my grandmother make my granddad's plates every Sunday. So there are certain things that just come naturally to me because my grandmother used to give me lady lessons. As 50s as it fucking sounds. She would teach me how to maneuver around certain rooms. So I'm still like a tomboy. And I'm an alpha and all of these things because I'm strong, but I was raised to learn how to treat people in general. If you don't have men present, it's hard for you to learn how to treat them. And because I had so many men present, I understand how to treat them, whether it's my dad, my brother, my uncles, my granddads. I know how to treat men because I had men around. Like I said earlier, though, it is allowing yourself the space to create grace for these women that did not have that. You have so many men who grew up in single mother households who think that the woman is supposed to do everything because I watched my mama do everything. You got to allow him the grace to unlearn that as well. I need some help. So we just have to give each other the space to unlearn 2-3 decades of toxicity as the black family crumbled. This wasn't by mistake. This government literally designed it like this so we could be here in 2022 and not knowing how to love each other correctly. They set out the FBI. I know I sound crazy, but the FBI set out to destroy the black family so black men would not know how to love black women and black women would not know how to love black men. And it's our job to give each other the grace to unlearn that. I don't believe in discarding somebody just because they don't know how to do it. Are you open to learning? Because if she's on some, fuck you nigga, I ain't doing nothing, I don't need you for nothing. If she ain't even trying to hear you out, then choose peace always.
Now,
that'd be the shit right
now,
there.
Now,
choose peace.
Choose peace.
Now we're in an age now, and I think it's reflected in our
peace.
music. It's reflected in our music, and you know, watching these social media people who really spew this shit to people. They're telling women like, yeah, don't submit to a nigga who don't have money now. That's the message now. Like, I'm not submitting to niggas unless they got money because providing for me financially means leadership. Mm-hmm. So speak to that.
It's also a message
I think it's just
I see a lot of that on
bitches is
TikTok.
broke. So providing is providing financially now. They don't need the spiritual and energetic enlightenment because these bitches need help. So that's what they looking for.
A Chanel bag is not help.
I think that I've seen men say, if I'm paying all the bills, then I should be allowed to have other women. I think that both men and women are using currency as the currency to disrespect each other.
I agree.
I'm seeing people think that if I'm paying for stuff, then I don't. Women say it out their mouth. If I'm paying the bills, then I don't have to respect my man. If I'm paying all the bills, then I don't have to be faithful to my woman.
That's crazy.
What do you call it? Is that blue pill? Because if men are red pill, is that blue pill?
Men say if I'm paying all the bills, I don't have to be faithful to her. I'm either going to pay all the bills or be faithful. The woman saying if I'm paying all the bills, I don't have to respect you. I'm either going pay all these bills or I'm going to treat you like a man. You're my son. It's both of us. And it's a matter of having these conversations to unlearn this toxic behavior, because just like social media can be going today or tomorrow, guess what? So can this money. And it's not going to be until motherfuckers really hit rock bottom when you down to your last dollar and you ain't got nobody to call because people was only around you for your benefits. How are you adding value to people's lives? Do people care about you, or do they care about what you can do for you? Are you more than just your accolades and acts of service? We need to make sure that our relationships are being built on what we can provide that's not monetary.
Let me ask Rhome, because he's the only guy in the, well, aside from myself, the only guy in the room. When you think that changed? When do you think it started being more about finances and currency aligning with submissiveness?
The truth?
Yeah. When do you think?
I don't think it's a new thing.
Uh-huh.
That's the thing, right? I don't think it's a new thing, right? You spoke about grandparents and stuff like that, and the stories of my grandparents, and a lot of people's grandparents is granddad had a secret family 2 blocks down. I just think social media makes shit smaller. It made the world smaller. And
that's true.
We are people. We are creatures of habit. When you pay for something, it belongs to you. So you get to do with it as you please. So if I'm paying for something, then that's how I feel about it. And that's just a natural human thing, because that's what you taught through your whole life. I go to the store, I bought this, I get to use this and do with it as I please. If it's not contributing back to, right? Yeah. Like if there's no return on your investment, then it's not that much value. It don't hold that much value.
I had a woman that made $150,000 a year, and she was like, "Yeah, I don't submit to men. I make more money than."
Yeah, but I've dated women that make 6 figures, and yeah, she got in that kitchen and she cooked for me. It's not really about money, honestly. I think it's about energy. And
I was about to say, energetically speaking.
Because
I know a lot of broke bosses.
Some women that have money or whatever, they fuck with a nigga that make less than them or whatever, and a nigga probably, be in her crib, whatever, and act like he really need to be there. I'm out of here. Like, I don't give a fuck about your crib.
I agree.
None of that.
I agree.
I play video games, never scared to start over. I'm never scared to start over.
I heard you. I like that.
I played Nintendo. We ain't had no memory cards. Nigga, you had to play from the first level.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So I think there's a lot of different reasons, right? I think that, like we hinted at before, the feminist movement has gotten very warped. Right?
Aggressive.
They hijacked it.
It's been complete.
Hijacked
feminism, right? And being a feminist is literally believing women have the right to equal human rights and the ability to choose their own destiny. That is literally all feminism is. I am a feminist. I also make my niggas plate. I plan on being 100% submissive, and I want to be a stay-at-home mom. But guess what? I still have a right to choose that. Mm-hmm. And that is feminism. Just the same way as a right to be a full-time career woman, not have any kids, etc., is a woman's right to choose. The fact that we even have to articulate that women have a right to choose that should be enough of an indication, enough of a reminder that, like you said, when you pay for something, you own it. Women were property. Women weren't allowed to have their own bank accounts. They weren't allowed to work. We were not allowed to have our own credit cards until 1974. 1970. I told you my mother was born in 64. When she was 10 years old is when women in general were allowed to have credit cards. So the more money that women make and the more they push equality, 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 right? Men are also going to be like, oh, okay, cool. So the money can be equal. And while that would be valid, then the workload also needs to be equal. Because the issue, right, that I see when it comes to money versus submission is that you're expecting submission and still half of my money, right? So if you want half, then you can get half of everything, right? Okay. I'll do half of the domestic work and I'll pay half the bills. But what happens is a lot of women get saddled with, oh, you're the woman. You're cooking, you're cleaning, you're child rearing, you're doing all of the womanly stuff. But we equal, so let's go half.
Okay, now let's get into the poll now. So for those who don't know, this is the poll position, and in the poll position, we take to Instagram because we only have our thoughts. So let's see what the people think about these questions and topics that we talk about, right?
Oh, I know it's
so
toxic.
I got 4 questions, and we'll just start off with the first one. I asked the women. I said, "Do you believe in gender roles?" 2 choices to choose from was I do and not really. What percent of women do you think said I do? That they do believe in gender roles?
Probably 75.
75? What you think?
70.
70?
I'm going to go with the under. I'm going to go 58.
58. 64% of women said that they believe in gender roles, right? So, which led me to the next question. You know you got to warm it up, right? Mm-hmm. So I asked the women straight up, are you submissive? 2 choices to choose from was I am, and the second one was not really, just keeping it 100. And then the third one, I even put a third one just in case they weren't sure. I don't know. What percent of women do you think said, nah, not really? They don't think they're submissive.
People be lying, so
yeah,
bitches is lying. So I'm gonna say they all was like, yes, I'm submissive.
Yeah, but what percent do you think said?
I think 75% said no, I'm not.
Ooh. Okay.
Or the philosophy of these niggas ain't worth submitting to, so it might be.
That's why I put I don't know.
75%
like
submissive.
Yeah.
It might all be on the I don't know. It depends on the man.
Okay, so if the options were I am not, or
I don't know.
Pretty much a maybe, I'm going to say that the I am nots are, again, on the under. So
I put the maybes at
I say 40%.
10% of women said
No.
That they're so that means 90% of women said I am submissive.
I told you, bitches be lying. Yes, I'm submissive.
Yeah, but it might be based on the person.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hate that term. Like it's based on the person.
Everything is based on the person.
I really think you are or you not.
No.
Okay.
And we try to say
Listen, okay.
simple.
No. Rock has a point. You can be a submissive person and have submissive tendencies. That does not mean that I'm submitting to everybody. I might want to. It might be my natural inclination to do this for you. That doesn't mean you get it or deserve it, because I have the discernment to choose between the
Absolutely.
two. That doesn't make me a non-submissive person because I'm not submitting to you. So...
Okay.
Yes.
But it's also
no. So yes, the person matters, but also the person doesn't matter because this is who I am.
Exactly.
And this is what I do, right?
That's what I'm trying to say.
So like, if you wasn't a piece of shit, you would get it. but you are, so you're not. So like more often, so like all things created.
My bad.
All things created equal, right? Everyone on neutral terms seeming like a decent person. My first foot is submission. If you show me that, cool, then we can switch it up.
Nigga said, nope.
Like, whoop, just skedaddle. Like, nah, we can switch up real quick.
See, and that's my problem.
See, my
because-
thing
Switch
is
up real
that
quick.
I feel like everyone's character is based upon the particular person's perception, right? So if it's a man who I treated him like a piece of shit, whether he did something or not, and it's another man who I treated like a king, whether he did something or not, they might both say two completely opposite things about me. So I don't believe that the title of submission can just be put on me. It's just about who's talking. For example, romance.
Yeah.
There are men who will be completely nonchalant with women, never take her on a date, never do shit with her, but pull up and give her dick. And then that same man will go and buy this woman, next woman, flowers, dates, vacations, whatever. Those two women, one might say, yo, he's nonchalant as hell. Another might say, yo, he's mad romantic. You're both, depending on who's talking. And we have to be comfortable wearing those hats. Like she was saying earlier, you're not an asshole. You're not a good man. You might be both, depending on who's it coming from.
All right, but I got an example too. So what about, we talk about this a lot, right? Those women that we say is boring, right? Like I never met a boring woman that all of a sudden became fun. It's in your nature to just be boring.
But here's the thing. What's boring to you, the things that might be boring to you, she might have a blast with another person that's boring to her. She might meet somebody who's her same type of boring.
Why they not getting flown out? Why they mad at me for making these comments about these, for making these jokes? They not getting flown out. That's why they in my DMs yelling, but that's here and there. Like, all right, next question.
He got
right?
toxic.
Next question, right? So then I asked, right? I was like, all right, we're going to hear everything we was talking about, right? So I asked the women, I said, does economic status play a role in whether or not you will submit to a man? Two to choose from was, sure the fuck it is. money bag, credit card.
See how he tried to maneuver it in his way? That wasn't a yes. Nigga said, sure the fuck. Like, come on.
Yeah, sure the fuck is. I was thinking about Kay when I heard this. This is how Kay was speaking.
Toxic.
That was how Kay would say it. And then the second one was, no, it does not. What percent of women do you think said, no, it does not? Economic status does not play a role in whether or not you submit to a man.
12%.
Whatever percent is telling the truth.
Here's my thing.
So how often is that?
With my own eyes, being a girl's girl, I have watched women for my entire 30 years of life submit to broke ass niggas that can't pay their cable. So in the spirit of women being liars, bitches will act like it matters, but it don't. They want to get on social media and be like, yeah, he got to have a bag, but your broke ass nigga that ain't helping you with your fucking Con Ed, you still making his dinner and doing his laundry. So I will say,
and giving him pussy and
giving him pussy and all that,
and all
taking his mama to the doctor.
He borrowing your car while you at work.
Taking care of the kids. He bringing you home. All that. Women are liars. Women are liars. They giving him the money for Christmas gifts, then telling their friends, look at what he bought me.
It sounds triggering, but
it ain't me. I
been in love with a broke nigga before.
But I can admit that. I had a chick let me hold her car, but I wasn't broke.
Later, y'all gotta come on. We run out of time.
All right.
No, we run out of time. All right, so what y'all
80% think? Says it matters.
80%. 80% says it does matter. That's what you said? Mm-hmm. But the percentage was supposed to be said no, it doesn't.
So she's saying 20.
So 20%.
Okay.
I say 8.
8?
He said 12.
12. 73% of women say no, it doesn't matter. Economics, that does not matter. So
they told the
truth.
They told the truth.
Wow.
Is it? I mean, I guess it always depends on who you're speaking to, because an Instagram model would say the opposite. So I'm really talking to the general public, I guess. So, all right. So
it's all about character.
And then the bonus question, which I usually only do 3, but I had a bonus question. So I said, would you sacrifice monogamy for financial stability?
Absolutely not.
2 joints to choose from was sign me up and no, I need both. What percentage of women you think said sign me up?
The frustrated
30.
percent.
30.
Would you sacrifice monogamy for financial
The way this
stability?
recession is looking, I'ma say
It's probably like
70% of women said sign me up.
Okay, you?
I think it's close. I think it's like 50-50.
50-50?
45, 55.
I was gonna say 60-40-ish, 50-50.
25% of women said sign me up, which means
75% said no.
nah. And then the no was no, I need both. So
Oh, okay.
they
I
think
need both. Yeah,
okay.
it's like,
All
yeah,
right.
okay.
That
I
wasn't-
get it.
they think they're going to get both. But
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
So let's go to the men. So I asked the men. I said, do you believe in gender roles? 2 choices to choose from was yes and no, not really. What percent of men do you think say, nah, not really? They don't believe in gender roles.
50-50.
50-50?
Yeah, nah. I think men believe in gender roles a lot more than women do. So I'll say 70-30.
70% said not. 30% said nah, not really.
Yeah, 30%.
Okay.
I said nah, not really.
Okay, for the tiebreaker.
That not really. They don't believe.
They don't believe in gender roles.
I'm gonna say not really. They gonna say they don't believe in them, but still hold the women to the gender role standards.
Okay.
Nah,
All right, well, 40%, 42% of men said, nah, they don't believe in.
42%.
Yeah, so 58% says they do believe in gender roles.
close.
So I asked the men, I said,
Problem with the polls is that women be voting.
nah,
Whenever
I
do
separated
polls,
it. I separated it.
You put men only.
I know, I do that too. I be like men only or ladies only, and the women still be voting on the men poll.
Yeah, sometimes if it comes
Fucking
to
up the
that, I'll
numbers, you know what I
calculate.
mean? Like,
If it's that bad, I usually calculate myself. Like, but if it's like off by like 1, I'm not gonna like do that. But so I asked the men. Which one is this? Okay. Oh wait, damn.
You
Did I
believe
ask
in
for
gender
it?
roles? Why are you looking?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't really care for it. I was having a conversation with somebody about this the other day. I could cook, bro. I could take the kids to school. I could fucking half the time I cook better than the women that I'm fucking with. and then I take the kids to school. I could do help with homework. It's
And
yo,
that's
it's a
the thing.
team. Like if you're a dad,
That's
you're
what
not
I'm
thinking about
saying.
Like,
I
I'm
do
trying to be
everything
in
but the
full,
cooking.
like,
I'm not doing the cooking.
like yo,
see, my
bro.
thing is like, I make a lot of money. So
Right.
gender roles would stipulate that the man has to provide and make the most money. It's like, no, why can't I make the money? And then we define it what we want it to look like.
Would you have a house husband?
Yeah, we ain't gonna be in a house though. We gonna be in Mexico. We gonna be in Jamaica. We gonna be in Paris.
Okay.
So, damn, bro. Questions all over the place. So I asked the men, I said, are the women that you coming across in the dating world submissive? 2 choices to choose from was, I have no problem with that. And you shitting me? What percent of men do you think said, I don't have a problem with that?
75.
75?
10.
10%.
Okay, 10% of niggas actually don't have a problem with that, but 75% probably said they don't have a problem with that.
Okay, so you're going with 75?
Okay.
88% of men said they don't have a problem with women submitting. I want to know where's this.
So where
disconnect?
this women are not submissive shit coming from if men are saying that they don't have a problem
That's
with
what
it?
I'm
women-
saying. They're
that's a good
lying.
women-
And
liars.
saying-
And that's
No,
the
let me
purpose
tell you-
of the
They be
poll
lying.
position.
They be
We're trying to
lying.
get to the
No,
bottom
let
of
me
this.
tell you what it is you don't have a problem. Well, most men don't have a problem with women submitting that they don't see a future with. Right?
Okay.
Women that have some kind of stability, sometimes it be a little rough because they didn't.
Yeah, because they don't
only
want to
because-
submit to
only
you.
because-
Because
no,
they don't
only
want to
because-
be with you.
Nah, only because I would say only because, like, for me, I was meeting women like right after they've been with like a fuck nigga, like,
Yeah, that's fair.
and then it's like, all right, now I gotta come over here and repair this shit. I don't got the patience for that.
Right. I
Like,
can
shorty
agree.
I was fucking with, like, everything was a negotiation with her.
Shorty, I was
I'm like,
fucking
yo,
with
this shit is
too.
exhausting, bro. Like, I'm not doing this with you.
Yes.
Come
Every-
healed.
Shorty, I was
Or
recently
come
fucking with too. When we talked about in a
Yeah.
group chat, it's like,
Right.
yo, everything I gotta negotiate with this chick. I'm like, yo, I'm not. I told
almost.
myself.
You're almost.
I'm like, yo, bro, I'm not negotiating with you. The only thing she would submit on basically was just like, where the fuck we eating at,
That's because they never
and
know.
the date
Yeah.
that we're going on.
They never know what it is.
Everything like, all right, why the fuck I have to have a conversation about you reciprocating that energy with picking up the phone and calling? Like that makes no. I'm not negotiating that, bro. Like,
Yeah, it's clear.
yeah, you don't
I
call
mean-
me. Like, I don't give a fuck if you don't like speaking on the phone. If I like speaking on the phone,
But my thing is, did you communicate you like speaking on the phone?
I did.
Okay, then I 100% agree.
All right.
Because if something matters to you, then it should matter to the person that you're with.
Exactly.
And they should, even if they're not perfect, they can make an active effort to do so.
That's all it is, effort. So, like, I asked the men, I said to the men, do you feel like economic status plays a role in whether or not she will submit to you? 2 choices to choose from was yes, it does, and no, it doesn't. What % of men do you think said no, it doesn't play a role? And if she submits?
25.
I was like,
Yeah,
how
I'm
many
gonna say
niggas are
25
gonna admit they broke? Is the
That's
question.
the thing. That's why I said 25. Nobody wants to acknowledge that.
Who's gonna admit that they broke?
It's not even just that. A lot of niggas think, like, oh, I got hella game.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
that nigga
So-
regardless,
That's what I'm
so-
saying.
This is not an issue for
All right,
me.
I got blind confidence.
See?
I ain't gonna hold you.
I don't even need money. I get bitches.
See? Yeah, a
Big
lot of
facts.
niggas might think like that, too.
Especially
Big
New
facts.
York niggas.
So,
So
again,
say it one more. What was the question?
So the question was, I asked the men, do you feel like economic status plays a role in whether or not she will submit to you? What's the percentage of men you think said no, it doesn't play a role in whether or not she submits?
Money does not play a role in whether or not she submits.
Yeah.
What is it? I'm really confused because I feel like that should be true, which means that the percentage should be high,
So then what you think?
So what
right?
you think?
So if most niggas are saying that money don't matter, then the percentage is what, like 70?
70. You think 70% of men
Yeah.
said no, money doesn't matter?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that ego-wise, men ain't gonna acknowledge that they don't have the money to get women to submit the way they want. So the motherfuckers might have went 25. It just depends on whether they in the mood to tell the truth. 25.
25.
I said 20.
20. 40% of men said no, it doesn't, which means 60% of men said, yeah, money does matter and whether or not she submits to you.
And I don't
So
necessarily.
they're
think it's
acknowledging the
money.
fact that, yeah, it takes some money to get her to shut the fuck up. And
I don't necessarily think it's money. I think it's being resourceful. And me and you had this conversation before
Yeah.
about masculinity and what's masculine to a woman, right? And I think one of the most masculine things to a woman is a nigga with a car.
A car? Really?
If a nigga could come pick you up, I feel like women kind of feel, I don't know, feminine when it comes to
Don't
haven't
look
had
at
that
me.
problem.
I've had a car
I'm not saying
like since I could
yeah.
drive.
yeah,
Yeah, but-
I haven't had that
So
problem.
I've never
So-
looked at niggas without. I've
on
always
that
looked
side.
at niggas without a car as regular because I've always felt like I was different for having one, especially when it comes
In New York.
to fucking with New York niggas. I do not expect you to have a car. I expect you to have a car or a crib.
Yes. So do you feel like women don't feel like you're masculine because you don't drive?
I don't think it's a matter of not thinking that you're masculine because you don't drive. I think
You think
that's
you said it's a sign?
a big thing for women.
I never had that issue. I think more so when I've dated women, they tell me the fact that like they don't find it masculine if you don't plan, say this is where we're going, this is where we're eating.
Yeah, those
That-
things can be true too.
That more than a car though.
Decision making.
Okay.
Yeah,
My
decision
thing is
making.
alpha, like masculinity. It comes down to leadership. Like, yo, just
Make sure I ain't going into a
you
war.
want me to fall in line? Make the fucking line for me to fall into. Then
What Jill Scott said.
Like-
if you could tell me what to do, you could tell me what to do.
Yeah.
But if you can't tell me what to do, then you can't tell me what to do.
I like that quote. I like that quote.
fact.
All right,
Jelly
so
from
I had
Philly.
a bonus question based on everything we talked about. So I asked the men, Would you be faithful if you were rich? 2 questions. The 2 choices to choose from was, yeah, I'd still hold it down. And the second one was, fuck no, I'm on everything, devil emoji. What percentage of men, and this goes along with what you were talking about as far as like, you know, you being faithful, only being as faithful as your option. So what percentage of men do you think said, yeah, I'll still hold it down?
0. Because men aren't
Nah.
faithful now. The
Oh
fuck?
God.
I would still hold it down. I think I voted on that, so it's not 0.
All right, 1% for Rome.
So I feel like the niggas who already get bitches are not gonna feel like the money entitles them to more bitches, especially the niggas that already have bitches and money that they legally obtain.
Of course.
Okay?
Legally
Disclaimer.
obtained.
Yes, like you clocked in for this shit, whether it was your personal business, your 9 to 5, whatever.
But then you can't say they been getting bitches, though.
Using and spending that money is different than fucking using and spending scamming money. So I'm talking about the quality of the person. I'm talking about the character
agree.
of niggas.
I was just talking to somebody
Okay.
about that. I agree, Kay. I agree.
disagree.
Spending scamming money does not feel quantitative the same way as spending the money that you busted your ass to make. I don't care how much you get paid.
And if you gotta pay
That's
staff,
not true.
shit like that.
I don't
like,
care.
Okay, oh.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't care.
yeah,
That's
like,
what I'm
you're not
saying.
thinking about-
What are you
That's not
talking about?
That's not true.
A
How
scammer
is
is
that
quick
not
to.
true?
I disagree.
I'm
I
asking you
disagree.
how.
He can.
How so?
I disagree.
You value and spend hypothetically in a scamming situation. You
No.
value and spend money that you obtain scamming more or as much as money that you actively work for.
I think if you bad with money, you bad with money. I don't think it's a whether you get fast money or not.
Assuming that your 9 to 5 completely pays your bills. You're spending your 9 to 5 money the same way you're spending the scamming money.
If you bad with money, you bad with
All
money.
right.
All right. We gotta wrap it up. We gotta wrap it up.
I don't think it makes
Fact
a
of the
difference.
matter, I say 30.
I'm
30
bad with money. so-
30% said they'll still hold it down.
I think 30% will hold it
What
down.
percentage you said?
Yeah, like 35.
30.
I said 0, but he voted, so I'm gonna say 5%.
Yep, 36% of men said they'll still hold it down, which
36% of men are liars.
means Now, this. I asked these questions to correlate with the women, so we could try to figure out why is there a disconnect, right? So I asked that, and men said they wouldn't be faithful if they got money, right? But then I asked the women, you know, would they sacrifice money for monogamy for financial stability? And they saying no. But you see that in the world that we're in today, you got city girl talk and shit like that. And I don't know, like,
Well,
where
I
we go
agree-
from here?
I
Like,
agree with Kay's first point. If you're a dude that been getting chicks and money didn't matter, then yeah. But there's a lot of dudes that haven't been getting chicks before they started getting money.
yes.
Like that's a thing. So you'll
Wale,
see them
I just want to see
flaunting
if
money
you go live,
and
you will
throwing
love
money
it.
around.
I was getting bitches way before I got the money.
Right. Like you'll see them doing that, and you find, you get to know people, and you find out in their childhood, in high school and all that, like chicks wasn't looking their way, or they ain't know how to talk to girls. So that's what they feel like they have to do.
This goes back to
But I've
the
seen
last
guys that get
episode.
money and still exploit that. Like, oh, now I got money. Like, they was been getting
What-
bitches, but
then
now
then
they
it-
got money. Now it's like
those
the palette changed. Now it could get a higher caliber.
Those are
So
people
now-
who need to heal. They have other issues impacting their own self-esteem, insecurities, etc., that they're trying to band-aid with bitches and money, and that's not gonna heal them.
Yes and no.
So
Yes and no. I will say I agree with that, but also, like, as you begin to make a lot of money, right, you'll start to learn that time is like the most valuable thing to you. Mm-hmm. So if I'm just trying to fuck and I know the money gonna get me there and there's no object, then here.
But you know what's more valuable in this generation of social media than money? Clout.
That's true.
I
A
agree.
woman will fuck a broke nigga with clout before she might fuck an unknown billionaire
That's
just to be able to
always kinda
say,
been-
I got to fuck that guy. So it don't even be about how much money you got for real. It's about how poppin' you are.
That's always kind of been a thing, though, especially
Yeah.
with y'all.
But
being
it's
from
10
Harlem,
times worse, though,
and they
because
had
of
the little
social
cliques
media.
and-
People are going to your page immediately to see what your follower count is. You could be
yeah.
in their face, oh, he corny, then go to his page. Oh, such and such is following him. Oh, I was trying to get next to him. Like, it's weird out here. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. Well, this has been a great show, Kira. Thank you for popping. You know you family. You pull up whenever the fuck
course.
you want to come up. Another social media, back-to-back social media stars, man. Stop fronting on the show, man. I'll be asking a lot of people to join the show.
I'm
Man,
always,
Hollywood, bro.
I'm like 3 episodes in, right?
This is
Three,
yeah,
four?
this is your third.
Hey.
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
outside.
fact. Yo, shout out to Kira for pulling out. Anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Follow me all across social media.
Oh
All
yeah, I
things
forgot to
Kara
ask
J.
you. How'd you lose your page? Because you don't even be ODing.
So I was get fucked in Turks and Caicos, and the nigga was pulling my braids out. And this is when the One Leg Up video was out.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, I need a braider in Turks and Caicos. And some girl commented, like, he was being weird to you, sis? I was like, yes, bitch, he was being weird. They said that was hate speech.
What?
That ass.
That just means that someone's been reporting your page.
Isn't it
first
4
while-
strikes? Word. It's like 4
The first
strikes,
strike was, you know, I always shave my head bald. I
Yeah.
had shaved my head bald, and some girl was like, I just got out of chemo, and you looking like this baddie with your bald head. It's made me want to feel good about losing my hair. I said, yeah, make cancer your bitch. Fuck cancer.
Wow.
And they deleted me there. I said, I can't say fuck cancer? Like, fuck cancer, nigga. What you mean? But
Say you made it your bitch though.
make cancer
Make
your
cancer your
bitch.
bitch.
I get it. But
Make cancer
the
your
algorithm
bitch.
reading the
Better throw an
language.
asterisk
And then I
in
tried
that
to
aisle.
like now, if you notice on my page now, if I say niggas, I put an asterisk in there. If
Yeah.
I say
Yeah.
shit, I put a
I do
because
the
I'm
same
very
thing.
careful on regrowing this
Yeah.
page or whatever.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah, they suspended me on Twitter. And I was quoting the wood. I was like, oh, you let that nigga Terry bone.
They suspended you
They
on
suspended
Twitter.
me
I've
for a
never
week
been
for
suspended
that.
on Twitter.
That's
Yep.
crazy.
Twitter, you can say whatever you
Katie
want.
said some wild shit. Like, how the fuck
Suspended
you
me
didn't
on
lose
Twitter.
your
That's
page?
why
I've lost my page
Oh yeah, you
many
did
times.
lose your
What are you talking
page.
about?
You're absolutely right.
I used to have
She lose all
mad
her
Twitter
pages.
Oh,
followers.
what's your? You said follow you. What's
Oh,
your?
yeah.
Everywhere but Instagram, I am Kara J. IAMKIRAJ. And on Instagram, I'm all things Kara J.
Fuck Instagram. We promoted TikTok, man. That's what. That's
that's
a half
I
a
am
million.
Kara
I'm
J.
saying we roll with the 500,000. I am Kara J. Anything else y'all want to plug? We out there. It's our
nah,
first
you-
time. Happy Father's Day, by the way. This is gonna be out by.
Ooh, Juneteenth.
Happy
You know what I'm
Father's
saying?
Day.
Yeah,
Happy
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
That's
Happy
a
Pride. I like bisexual women. So
Yo, I saw something real quick just to tap. I saw something on Sports Center, and they were saying how guys they're asking the guys to wear a pride flag on their jerseys,
yeah,
and I think that's a little excessive. Like if and the men are saying no, like the players are saying no, and I think it might be a little. I think we have to just be careful about like really like forcing stuff on people that if they don't want to do it. I think you have the right to choose still. I have no problem with gay people at all. Like I know plenty. It's plenty at my job. But I just think we should just be respectful of everybody's choice. And I just saw that real quick. I was just wondering what y'all thought on that. Like, can they say no? You think it's wrong if they say no?
I think that there should be a separation of church and state as much as I think that there should be a separation of sports and politics.
Right.
It doesn't exist, though, because no one was turning down the pink ribbon for October.
Exactly.
I think
I
that
do agree with you on that.
watching players get banished for even having Black Lives Matter memorabilia on their jerseys
Exactly.
is almost offensive to see them now being forced to have flags on theirs. As a proud bisexual woman myself, I think that everybody's sexuality is their business. So if you participate in pride, participate, but forcing someone else to do it is like, why do they have to care about our sexuality? But it's also before we are bi, before we are bid, before we are woman, we are black. And until black people are allowed to put our black lives on our jerseys, then I don't want to hear about any other cause.
Good points. Good points. All right. Well, that's the show. Make sure y'all cop some merch. Summertime's coming. We got T-shirts on sale on the Humbly Arrogant page. Just click the link. You can follow us on Instagram, Humbly Arrogant Show, exactly how it's spelled.
Word. If I see you outside in a Humbly Arrogant tee, you get a twerk for free.
Hey, yo, and shout out to everybody. Again, y'all been actually, shout out to everybody on the YouTube writing the comments and shit like that. I'm not good at like writing back on people on YouTube, but shout out to y'all for writing
Give me
the
the
comments.
password.
Absolutely.
I always have snappy
And
comebacks.
shout out to everybody that wrote us a nice little review on iTunes. Like, that's cool.
Oh shit! Can't wait to see this episode.
That's a fact. And thank you again, Kira. And remember, we may be the villains in your story, but we're the heroes in ours. Humbly Arrogant. We out.
Yes, sir.
Good episode.
I enjoyed that.
That was fun.
Links and drinks.
Links
We
and
out.
drinks.
We outside.
It's only 7.